CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products such as our can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com. Everybody, it's Monday. How are you? Hey, Robin, good morning. Hope your son is all well now. Hey, Seed. Hello, Shauna. How are you? Good morning. Monique, good to see you. Big Ralph, hello. How is everybody? Skim Rim Nord, how are you? Well, Marco, good to see you. Or Mark, I should say. How are you? Go ZR1. Lori, good to see you. Good morning. Hey, Danelle. Sky, how is everybody? Hey, XXBB. Double XB, double B. How is everybody? Good to see you on this Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hey, Shams. Hey, Lori. Good morning. You are well. Good. Wonderful. Okay, so while you're coming in and inviting everybody and retweeting this, I'm going to be saying Psalm 138. I will praise you with my whole heart. Before the gods, I will sing praises to you. I will worship toward your holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and your truth. For you have magnified your word above all your name. In the day when I cried out, you answered me and made me bold with strength in my soul. All the kings of the earth shall praise you, O Lord, when they hear the word of your mouth. Yes, they shall sing of the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. Though the Lord is on high, yet he regards the lowly, but the proud he knows from afar. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand will save me. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Your mercy, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the works of your hands. Amen. All right. Hey, Spencer, good morning. He's doing much better since I took him to the doctor on antibiotic. Fever broke. It was bacterial. ER was very wrong. Thanks for the prayers. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Gary. How is everybody? Amen. Happy Boar's Head Festival yesterday. Wow. My dogs eat boar's meat. I did not authorize your day off on Friday. I know, Big Al. I just took a leave of absence, you know. How's everything on the West Coast? We're getting ready to have rain. There, Mark. Rain, rain, rain. Today and tomorrow. But it doesn't rain in California. And it's all, the whole world is going to be a desert, according to the climate change people. So there you go. All right. So let's get started with some of the breaking news. As you probably heard this morning, there was a fire. I was at the Episcopal Church in Palm Beach. It's cold and wet. Where's that at, Sky? Hey, Cully, good morning. Good to see you. So there was a fire this morning that broke out at Trump Tower. It was basically a small fire in the cooling tower. Oh, Alabama. Okay, cool. And so one of the firefighters was injured, and so was an engineer. Fire and Fury book burning. No, but it was released for free for a couple of hours by WikiLeaks. Hey, Cully, good to see you. Hey, Linda, must have been knocked off. No. Not on Friday, if that's what you're talking about. I took Friday off. Good morning, Mills. How are you? Fire and Fury author on CBS this morning. And it's like, who cares? Cooling that global warming too much, I guess. That's right, Shauna. Yeah, that book and everything about it is coming to fruition to be a very false book. People who were saying that they were interviewed have never been interviewed. Places that people said they were. That guy said he was at. Hey, Harley. So I was watching a breaking news that came up about Oprah, for God's sakes. I didn't watch the Golden Globes. Hey, Marianne. But I know some people did. I think there's some peeps that really don't like Trump. Oh, yeah, I think so. And, Steve Bannon, I don't know what to think about Steve Bannon. I really don't. I think he's kind of ruined it for himself. Oprah hates Trump. Yes, she does. But Oprah loves Harvey Weinstein. There's a lot of pictures that show how much she loves him. She was kissing him. She was there with him with another young woman, things like that. So she loves Harvey Weinstein. May hate Trump, but she loves Harvey. So that'll come up, I'm sure, if she decides to run. Yeah, exactly. Oprah Weinstein 2020. What caused the fire? It said something, there was a fire in the cooling tower, an electrical fire. I hope that's a real investigation about that fire. Yeah, I know. Somebody said it was Hillary's payback for the fire that they had last week. I think they were just joking, but yeah, the NBC tweet regarding Oprah, I don't know what it was. Hey, Alexis, good to see you. I never watch award shows. All they do is praise each other. Bunch of hypocrites, Robin said. Rolls eyes at Oprah running for president, Dawn said. Yep. The only alternative to our president would be a welfare state. Is that what the trolls want? Yeah, I do think they want a welfare state. I do. Because that's what we were leading towards and going towards under Obama. It was below zero in New York. That would have caused it. Oprah's spying equipment caught on fire. Big Ralph said. Yeah, if Oprah runs for president and wins, we're in big trouble. Hey, Marlene. He was there. Yeah, we were there in a welfare state. Yeah, pretty much so. Everybody was in a welfare state except for Obama, of course. Oh, don't roll eyes. The left wants to dazzle. Exactly. Yeah, they'd love that collect and no work for it. Exactly, Shauna. Good morning. How are you, Harley? Good to see you. Pat, I should say. Anyone who voted to pull Bill Clinton back into the White House as America's first gentleman condoned sexual assault with their vote. There you go, Spencer. We bought the dazzle with Obama. I didn't buy it. I didn't vote for Obama. I didn't like him from the very beginning. I didn't trust him. I had nothing good to say about him. I had nothing to do with the guy. Hey, Wendell, good to see you. Yeah, I know. Oprah loved Obama, but Michelle didn't love Oprah so much. So I think that's why Oprah kind of wasn't allowed to work too much with the White House and the president. NBC announcing her run called her the future president. Oh, yeah, that's right, Don. I did see that. I saw it and ignored it. Oh, my gosh, I can't stand Oprah. The thought makes me gag. Well, let's just say this. If Oprah gets in, then Christianity is dead for sure because she's way into New Age. So we won't have Christianity if Oprah gets in. I agree, Robin never was fond of her. Yeah. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. Hey, Robin. I think Oprah, when she first started out as an actress, and no, it's not official, Danelle. They're just hoping. So am I pro-Trump? Yes. Start praying now. Yes, Alexis. I know. Absolutely. One of the things, too, I wanted to let you know that, in part of the breaking news, that this was probably one of the costliest years in U.S. history as far as natural disasters are concerned. And yet, look how well the economy is still doing. Pray Oprah sees the truth. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know how Oprah kind of got off the beaten path, but she's way down the bunny trail, the rabbit trail. Hey, Teresa, when it comes to New Age. I think she kind of mixes everything together, but good morning. But as I was saying, I think when she started off as an actress, I think she was pretty good, but then something happened. They don't like Trump because he didn't have any experience, and now they have her. Yeah, she has absolutely no experience and no reason to run for president. I knew there was something evil about Obama when he announced his run. Asked my family. I said, I don't feel right about him. I feel something evil, Robin said. NBC has since apologized for that tweet and deleted it. Yeah. You notice they just apologize for everything, move on like nothing happened. I think they got in trouble last night at the Golden Globes for not mentioning Matt Lauer. So, there you go. It's a lame apology. Just like Obama, no real experience in government. Exactly. Our politicians are pure trash, Mark said. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that whole thing with Oprah is just something to feed her ego and something to talk about. Just like with Stephen Miller last night, Steve Miller when he was with Jake Tapper. Did everybody see that? Yeah, it sure was stage Pat. Yeah. Do you have anything on Chelsea and the Church of Satan? No, I don't. I don't pay much attention to Chelsea, to be honest with you. Watch it. They introduce the idea of Winfrey. Yeah, I know they did. They kind of mentioned it as a joke, saying, like the guy was saying, well, I made fun of Obama and he won, and saying he didn't have any experience. And now I'm saying, I'm just going to go ahead and say Oprah doesn't have any experience either, so that means she'll probably win or whatever. So it was kind of a joke, but just went a little further because they've got nothing else to talk about. I don't think president is good enough for Oprah. She wants to be queen. Yeah, maybe so, Robin. CNN escorted Miller out too. Yeah, Jerry, that's what I heard. They should say good morning. She came out and said she stays in touch. Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, Mark, good to see you. I don't know why Miller was escorted out. I guess Jake was afraid of him. They were not joking. I know, Alexis. They're hoping. I mean, who else do they have? I mean, they could have Elizabeth Warren. They could have Joe Biden. Miller, Steve Miller, yeah. Senior policy advisor for the president was on with Jake Tapper. And Jake didn't want to let him talk. And Steve just kind of talked over Jake. And Jake didn't like it and sort of cut him off because he wanted to talk about the president and the good things the president has done. And, of course, Tapper wanted to talk about anything but. KCP said Tapper looks like he's constipated. Joe Villeneuve, yep, she's off the presidential advisory board, according to Matt Couch. Oprah's speech last night was not like any other of her speaking. She was really something. It was gross, yeah. She probably sounded like Obama. only what CNN wants, exactly. Yeah. So it's their agenda, and I know it's Tapper's show, but if you have somebody on and they say, we want you to come on and talk about the president, let him talk about the president. Jake the Snake got owned by Miller, Cully said. Yeah. And some people looked at that and didn't like Steve Miller, thought that he was pompous or, whatever. I think Steve Miller just kind of said, he speaks the way he speaks. The only one the Dems have is Tulsi Gabbard. But she's a no-go for the DNC because she speaks truth to power. Spencer said, hey, Carmen, good morning. Vitali or Vitaly, I don't know which one it is. Welcome to Periscope for your first day. Okay, here's some news. Miller wasn't going to let Tapper corner him into anything. Yes, which was good. Thank you for the super heart, Susie. Nope, they're getting fed up with all the BS. Hey, sorry I didn't get your notification. Please speak English. I don't speak Italian or whatever language that is. According to CNN, 200K manufacturing jobs added last year. Thank you, President Trump. I'm surprised. K-Sippy, CNN even wrote about it. They won't talk about it, but I guess they have to write about some of those things. Here's some things that they may not talk about. And that is, here we go. And that is that the Clinton Foundation, remember the old Clinton Foundation? Well, they just admitted that they did not notify the State Department when Hillary was the Secretary of State. Good morning, Susie. They didn't notify them of $1 million gift from Qatar. Was it 10 paragraphs into the article? Oh, well, that makes sense, K-Sippy. So, in other words, they did the gift. The Clinton Foundation did notify the State Department, which is a violation of the ethics agreement that Hillary signed when she became Secretary of State in 2009. I know, how shocking. Qatar or Qatar, Qatar. Money was pledged in 2011 to mark Bill's 65th anniversary. Or not anniversary, but birthday. And then the following April, the Clinton Foundation emails, this one guy emailed to his colleagues saying that the Qataris want to meet Bill Clinton for 5 minutes in New York City. Huh. Can you say pay to play? Will we ever see the Clintons taken down? Robin, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. I'm thinking no, because they've been 30 plus years without being taken down, but maybe this is the time. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. They really are, when they say Teflon Hillary, they mean it. Confirmed Joy is off the board. She tweeted 19 hours ago, left due to her congressional exploratory. Oh, that's really great. So happy birthday, Billy. Your birthday just screwed the pooch. I read that in WikiLeaks. Yeah. Jezebel fell eventually. Yeah. I know, Danielle. I don't know if it'll be this lifetime or beyond. They're deep, deep, deep in the deep state. I know, Pat. It's amazing how deep it goes. Hey, Lee, good to see you. Where's Assange? No, don't know. Clinton's just disappearing would be good enough for me. Exactly, K-Sippy. That 250K new jobs was way low. We need 125K per month just to accommodate the newest workers monthly flowing into the labor force. Somebody really screwed up in that figure in the report. Spencer said, good morning, Monique. How are you? Fire in the bedroom. Oh, my goodness. This proves that FBI failed in their security. Well, obviously with the Clinton Foundation, the FBI and the DOJ really didn't seem to care. Hey, Helen Kingsbury, how are you? I'm tired of waiting to see them get their comeuppings. I know, Carmen. You may have to wait a lot longer. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. The Clintons will pay one way or another, Robin said. Yep, someone said it was a cigar. I know. Somebody left a cigar out. 2016 had net loss of manufacturing jobs. Well, again, with the biggest natural disasters in 2017 in U.S. history, I think the economy is doing pretty well, despite that fact. So I think, President Trump, once again, has done a fantastic job. We have a legal immigrant from an African nation to the Ukraine watching. His name is Unisa. Welcome, Unisa. Come on, Billy and his personal attorney would be charged, convicted, then pardoned. But he can't be pardoned unless Donald Trump pardons him. Elon Musk launched SpaceX rocket with high-tech Spectre Intel on board. All our devices have this, Shauna said. Yeah, I saw that yesterday, wasn't it, Shauna, when they launched that? Have you heard anything on MSM on black unemployment? Yes, I have. Let me just find that and see if I can. It's great news, Jerry. I know that's shocking to you, but blacks and Hispanics are doing better under Trump than they are under Obama, than they did under Obama. I know that's shocking to everyone. Unemployment rate for blacks fell to 6.8% in December, the lowest rate since, drumroll, 1972. That is a drop from the 8.3% unemployment rate in October of 2016. Hispanic unemployment was at a near record low of 4.9% in December, down from 5.7% the month before the election. In 4 months, in 2017, seasonal unemployment for Hispanics fell below 5%, which is the only time that has occurred in a single year over the past, drumroll, 44 years. There you go. Yeah, the lowest since 1972. So when everybody says, President Trump doesn't care about black people, whoa, numbers don't lie. The left and Alinskyeites have created a web of money laundering that would take years to unravel. I believe that, Sky. It is awesome, Danielle. Great, great news, but have you heard a peep about it in the mainstream media, on your local news, or any national news? Obama didn't give a darn about minorities raising economically. He thought he could all just make it by nailing solar panels to each other's roof. No, Spencer, what Obama wanted to do was make everybody dependent upon the government. I know. It should be MSM headline TV news, but they won't say it. I know. Can you believe that? I mean, that is amazing. Alexa says she loves Trump. Absolutely great. Since 1972, and you hear not a peep about it. Hey, Joseph, good to see you. I mean, that's insane. When you don't want to give somebody credit when they deserve it. Many people not working, not included in the unemployment numbers. That's always the way it is, though, K-Sippy. And there are people probably still unemployed that were during the hurricanes and things of that nature as well. But there are a lot better numbers than they've ever been. If you stop to think about it, it is scary. Yeah. Where did I get the info? That was on Fox. That was a Fox article. Let's see. Now, some other news. There was a leftist Obama timed it for these results to happen. Yeah, I know. Isn't that just pathetic? They will never report anything like that. That personal animosity rules. MSM is tragic. Yep. North Alabama has seen a boom in companies since Trump elected. That's really great to know, Sky. Hey, Karen, good morning. That is really great news. Did you get the job with Kathy Lee? Yes, I did. All of these people could have been working before now. It's sad. I gave Obama credit when due, never saw anything but would have. I would have too, Alexis, so if I had seen anything to give credit to. All I saw him doing was talking down to the black community. That I saw that a lot. I saw him talking down to the law enforcement. In thug culture with paychecks, General said. Okay, so some other news. There was a Texas A&M football reporter, Courtney Rowland. She was missing since Sunday after saying that some man was following her. And good news to report, she has been found unharmed, although they're not giving any details. I know, great news. His job was to promote globalism, open borders. That's true, Jerry. And to create chaos and to split the races. I believe that. I know, thank God. Under the Clinton administration, they stopped counting those who were looking but not collecting to cover up the truth. They did that under Obama, too, Spencer. Yeah, being divisive, Jerry. Absolutely. Yep, it's amazing. Kathy Lee would be squirming. I heard about girl kidnapping. Yeah, you heard that too, Sky. I read about that girl this morning. I think we could all agree to begin with, we gave Obama a chance to be a good POTUS, just didn't do it. Well, we gave him 2 chances, Carmen, to be a great president, and he couldn't do it because his ideals about what America should be are different. Let's just say that. Remember the old saying, united we stand, divided we fall? Yeah. Now, the Dow again touches an all-time record high again this morning. That was being reported. And we ended up worse than when O began. We sure did. She's a writer for Rivals. Oh, okay. That's putting it nice. I know, I try, Carmen. My husband just became unemployed. Big change. Oh, wow. Hopefully, Teresa, if that he'll get another job quickly. Yeah, it's past 11. Is the POTUS working? Here's the answer to that. The POTUS never stops working. He probably does more work in his sleep than most people do. So there you go. We are praying. We're praying for you too, Teresa. Pray for Teresa that her husband finds employment right away, if it's God's will. The Democrats will continue to brainwash the blacks and Hispanics with lies. They will, Susie. Without Obama, we never would have had Trump. That's true too, Cully. The change in the unemployment tabulation algorithm was put in place under Clinton, Spencer said. Never stops working. That's right, kook. You're welcome, Teresa. No, he doesn't golf more than Bush. And let me tell you, kook, he owns the golf courses. And so when he goes out there and plays golf, number one, most of it's probably free. Number two, there are a lot of people who do business when they're playing golf. He's most likely one of them. He also took the Coast Guard out, people on the Coast Guard, and played golf with them. Let's see, I don't remember too many people doing that. Every morning I'm amazed at how much more Trump has done before I get up. I know, Robin. It's crazy. Why is president doing business? Because he's the president of the United States. I know you're probably not used to a president doing business because we had Obama for 8 years, but you'll get used to it. Without Hillary, we wouldn't have had Trump. That's true. Who cares if he plays golf? Not me, Pat. He's done more work than any president we've ever had and done more for this country. If that's what gets him that ability to do that, go play golf. I don't care if you play it 7 days a week. He's done more and accomplished more than any president ever. And so if that means playing golf, go for it. I think all the rest of us ought to go out and join him playing golf. Maybe we would have improvements that we didn't even know were possible. Let's see. On tragic news on Sunday, a Washington State deputy was killed. Good. Coast Guard Auxiliary. Great. Sky, that's wonderful. Lots of execs golf and do deals at the same time. He's multitasking. That's right, Jerry. Trump is so methodical. He is extremely intelligent. Yes, he is. And he's only just begun. That's right, Winfred. He's not just playing golf. He's really working. Exactly, Dawn. I guess some people don't understand that, but, you know, maybe someday they'll get it. The deputy was chasing a pair of suspected burglaries that had burglarized the house, and they shot and killed him. Oh, kook. You don't understand the difference between business in the White House and business in his personal business. He's not conducting personal business. He's conducting business for the country. The Dixie Chicks' careers plummeted when they spoke ill of President Bush. That's right, Teresa. If our American minorities truly value their economic standing, they will vote for Trump in 2020. Amen, Spencer. Probably does his best thinking out on the golf course. Yep, no microphones on the golf courses. That's right, Cully. People don't understand how things are done. And when I say the president is doing business, he's doing business for the American people. I mean, you think that I wouldn't have to explain that. I'm so tired of the left criticizing him playing golf. They say he's on vacation all the time. I know, Chessie. And then all the time that Obama played golf, not a peep. That was fine. Other good news, refugee admissions hit the lowest in recent years thanks to Trump. From October to December, 5,000 were admitted. And during the same time under Obama, 25,671 were admitted. Hey, Amanda, good morning. So that is a substantially lower number. Great business dealings have been done on the golf course, including other countries. That's right, Dawn. So we went from admitting 25,671 under Obama from October through December down to 5,000 from October to December under President Trump. You can run the country on golf course. I bet Bob Kraft does. Yep. So that's good news about the refugee being admitted. We need to seriously curb that H-1B visa program, Spencer said. Hey, Huey, thanks for retreating. Thanks for coming by. Pakistan has declared an end to the alliance with us following President Trump withholding their security-related aid to Islamabad over charges that they were harboring militants. That could impact the U.S.-led operations in Afghanistan because we go through Pakistan for personnel and supplies. So we'll see what happens there. But they say that one of the things that Pakistan has always played both sides of the Taliban and us. So it's not surprising. Pakistan harbors terrorists. Yep. Just like Iran. And they're saying with Iran, with the whole uprising in Iran, I read yesterday that they're saying that that was over. That's funny. Browns. Where was bin Laden hiding? Yeah. Let's see. Was it Pakistan? I'm sure that Pakistan is still getting a good buck from us. Oh, I'm sure. One Fred. In fact, let's see. Let me just see. Let me see if I can find it. They're saying that Rand Paul had a good idea and Rand Paul wanted to take the money and do infrastructure with it. He announced Thursday, we're going to stop sending $2 billion to Pakistan. So that's a pretty good chunk. And so Rand Paul said, let's make roads with that and infrastructure. And President Trump actually thought that was a great idea. So I do too. I think that would be wonderful if we took that money and used it for us. And as I was saying, they were talking about the uprising being over in Iran. Now, I haven't heard that officially. Hey, Barb, but that was the Times of Israel, I think, that said the uprising was over. Then when you have to get rid of Seuss books, Mr. Brown Upside Down, Lori said. Oh my goodness. Okay. There is a company called Fisher Sand and Gravel Company. And they have built one of the 8 border wall prototypes. And they have now said that they will build the wall from California to Texas, which is 700 miles. And they will do it in 6 years. And they will do it under the $12.2 billion budget. And on Friday, President Trump requested $18 billion from Congress to build 654 miles of the border wall. So we have one company who's saying, give it to us. We'll do it in 6 years. We'll do it for less money. We'll do that 700 miles exactly like you want. We've already made you one prototype. Give us the job. Robin says, I love Rand Paul. He will get my vote every time. Dawn said she never trusted Pakistan. So isn't that cool? We have a company who's willing to stand up and say, hey, you know what? Give it to us. We're ready to go. And if you don't mind, if you could retweet at this point, we're at the halfway point. I would really appreciate it if you would do that. Retweet and share. The money we retrieve from freezing assets will build a great wall. Yes, build that wall. Build that wall. It is great, Barb. Very awesome. I was hoping the Iranians would succeed with overthrowing their government. You know, Teresa, and that's the thing. I don't know if it's true or not. I think the things coming out of Iran right now, I don't think we're going to know too much of what is really happening. Number one, they said they had arrested Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, can't say his name, the former president of Iran, but nobody else seems to know whether or not that took place. And it would be odd if they did arrest him because he was very much pro-Iranian regime. So, hey, Rob. So I don't know if that's really happening. I did see video of the pro-Iranian protesters. Yep. It could be fake news, Susie. Iran government stopped Twitter. Yes, Sky. Thank you, Chezzy. And they're saying, you know, they don't want to keep blocking Twitter, but for now they probably will have to. And supposedly the military in Iran said that the whole protest is over. Where's the United Nations and all this? Not a peep about it. And you won't hear a peep about it from the UN. Small, what's that, Robert? Small fire? Where, Robert? We know about the one at the Trump Tower. That would be awesome if they build the wall. I know. Robin said build the awesome. That is awesome, build the wall. Trump Tower. Yes, Robert, we talked about that in the very beginning. Yeah. And it's out now. Like 100 people got there, and the Secret Service saw it burning, and they're the ones that told everybody else that it was burning. So that was the Fisher Sand and Gravel Company. If you have extra time, you want to congratulate them and say thank you for being pro-American, that would be great. Vatican City should remove its walls. Oh, but Brandon, you don't really expect them to do that, do you? You're welcome, Robert. Yeah, but I think, you know, tweet them, call them and say, I hope you get the contract. That would be great. It would be wonderful if they got that contract. Yes, from burning wolf books on Trump Tower roof, fake story on fake book. That's just so crazy, Jerry, that somebody would come up with that. What do you guys think? This is totally off the subject, but what do you think about the Attorney General reversing that Obama-era rule in regards to selling marijuana and allowing the federal prosecutors to determine in each state what they will do in regards to marijuana law? What do you think about that? Do you think that's great? Pat thinks it's great. Anybody else? Anybody else? Your thoughts on the marijuana law? It's funny because I put something up on my timeline. He's got something up his sleeve there. Let states decide. I don't know about it, Big Al. I don't see the point of legalizing weed. Yeah, I know. I think it's great. Some people say Fire and Fury book being used to hold open doors seems completely imbecilic to me. Which part does it seem imbecilic to you? That they reverse the law, or that which part is imbecilic? It forces Congress to act, when Fred said, focus on the pills. The Iranian government staged the latter pro-government rallies, told them to get the butts out of there and protest or they would be stoned. Oh, get out there and protest. The only moronic imbecilic who want to legalize weed is for money. It's all about the dollar signs. You know, it is, but I put something up on my wall because Ron Paul, not Rand Paul, but Ron Paul came out and said, I think Jeff Sessions needs to resign right now for doing this. You know, my thing is, too much substance abuse already. That's true. And you know, if you give people just carte blanche to go ahead and do whatever you want with marijuana, what's the next step? Oh, well, we legalized alcohol. Why can't we legalize weed? And next, how about cocaine and heroin? I think it should be legal for medical use. And Carmen, nobody's really saying anything about medical use, that it shouldn't be used for that. But California is now mad. And they're saying, oh, well, you know, they've declared war on California. I have 30 years psych, just trust me. I've seen more families destroyed from alcohol than marijuana. Alcohol is more dangerous than weed. I'm not saying that it isn't more dangerous, one or the other. I really don't care about which is more dangerous or not. I just think that marijuana has different effects than alcohol. Pat says it's a gateway drug. Did someone just say something? Somebody said they had a 30-year psych, and I don't know what that was exactly. Alcohol is the worst to be legal. I just think that I don't think they said they've been in a psych ward for 35 years. Schmeckle. I think they were saying they have some psych degree or something. Society wants money, don't care about your health, just money. Yeah, I can believe that. Legalized for medical use. They have ways to get it. Crohn's in remission. I need help. Yeah, I totally agree. I think for medical marijuana purposes, absolutely, they should. Obesity rate would skyrocket, Huey said. I think they should legalize it for medical use. But for recreational use, I have an issue with that. People who follow Ron Paul think that, you know, like I said, Sessions should step down and resign because of it. She was an RN in the psych ward, Barbara said. Yeah, that's what I thought. Somebody was saying they worked in the psych ward or they had psychology experience or something for 30 years. So, and when I mentioned something that Ron Paul wasn't very MAGA, I had two people from... I'm telling you, some of the Ron Paul followers are just as out there as the Elizabeth Warren followers. So I'm just saying. It's a chess move. Yeah, I think it is, Fred, because what they're trying to do is, you know, here's, the way I look at it is, here's California running amok, wanting to make on their own laws and skirting around federal law. And this is their way of reeling them in. People are getting DWIs trying to drive after smoking. New strands of weed are too strong, Brandon said. Yeah, and it's going to be that way around here, too. I am for medical marijuana only, Robin said. Gary, give marijuana the same laws that surrounds the growing of a carrot. It would become worthless, and people that use it will continue, and those that won't. I don't, yeah, Gary, I know that's the argument, and it's a great argument. I don't know if I believe it, though. Just saying. And also with marijuana, I mean, seriously, long-term use of marijuana causes short-term memory loss. I've seen it in teenagers. Yeah, drug companies, yeah. California just wants to make their own laws. They do, Chezzy, and they want to screw over their people, to be quite frank. How much more nonsense, hogwash, poppycock, can we take from this? I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, the government is figuring out a way to capitalize on marijuana. They reduce sperm count in men. Marijuana causes a lot of issues. I mean, it really does. So, I mean, you know, again, if you're going to smoke it on a daily basis or long-term whatever, you're going to have some issues. Yep, the big drug companies are basically organized crime. You know, that's why people look at alternative ways rather than just medication. Yeah, so does alcohol. But, I mean, with alcohol, at least, I think it's a little bit better managed. Jerry Brown was a failure before. Why was he reelected? Barb, because people were ridiculously voting? I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't vote for Jerry Brown. I wouldn't vote for Jerry Brown for dog catcher, much less governor. He didn't graduate kindergarten from everything you can ascertain. We're looking at marijuana prohibition stage right now. Yeah, to reduce the population, increase the THC levels in pot, which is true. That's a very good point. My daughter is big into natural medicine. It works. It does, Danielle. Can we trust the voting process? I would say no, because it's got flaws. Why doesn't Donald Trump flush Jerry Brown together with a swamp down the sewer? Well, Jerry Brown is going down his own flushing in 2020 because that's the last time that he could run as governor. Voting process has been compromised years ago. Absolutely. It really has. I mean, and we're not going to look into it because the states don't want to cooperate, which is ridiculous. Can illegals vote in California? If yes, is that how Brown got elected? Chesney, they're not supposed to be able to vote in California, but since more people vote than there are legal residents in California, my response would have to be most likely they do. Because they are registered to vote as soon as they get a driver's license. So if something comes to your house and you can vote that way and mail a ballot or go to the polls, would you? I mean, I wouldn't, but I would think they could very easily. Brown got elected because half the voters are high on weed and delusional. No, I don't think that's true. That's how some of these people get elected. Yeah. If they can get driver's licenses, they can vote. You don't even need a driver's license, Robin, in California. You don't show any idea. What's up with the Houston reporter? She was found, Ed, but we don't know the details. She's unharmed and was found. No one is mentioning the federal laws broken by Obama, which started the conversation about pot. What is the cost of enforcing marijuana laws today? Maybe that money could be useful elsewhere. Gary said. In Tennessee, you have to register to vote. Yeah, but in California, they didn't say, Ed, about why she disappeared. They said no details at all, and the family asked that their privacy would be maintained. Michael Phelps and Carl Sagan smoked weed. Many of the greatest Americans smoked weed. Well, maybe there's some spinners that smoke weed that can actually do it responsibly, and some don't. Yeah, Ed, they just said that they found her, she was safe, and the family is asking for privacy. That's all. Hey, Mighty Blessed One, good morning. How are you? So we have no idea. Why are people obsessed with weed? I have no idea, Brandon. Iranian oil tanker collided with freighter in East China. Yep, that was yesterday. If minors get it, let their parents buy it like they do alcohol. Yeah, I mean, minors still get it, you know. And if you're growing it in your backyard or wherever else you might be allowed to do, don't you think some kids are going to go back there and try to get it, or wherever you're growing it? I mean, it's possible. Hey, Danielle. Reporter was found under some underpass. Yeah, something seems a little weird there, Dawn. I don't know if she was having issues, mental health issues, or if somebody was really after her. I don't know. And maybe the whole story was wrong. I'm great, Danielle. Good to see you. Yes, they did find her, Danielle, and she's safe. No, she wasn't selling pot, I don't think, if that's what you're saying. So in other news, in case you missed it, the DOJ is now investigating the Clinton Foundation over pay-to-play allegations. And as I read a while ago, they've already admitted to accepting a $1 million gift without reporting it. So I don't know. Is that going to be another case where, well, the intentions were not to deceive, and so therefore, yes, maybe violations occurred, but we're not going to do anything? To me, if you make an admission, you're done. Hey, Debbie, that should be an open and shut case. So sources say that the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI in Little Rock, Arkansas, had an ongoing investigation now that's been going on for months. It's just a dog and pony show. Nothing will happen to them. I kind of have to agree with you, Pat. You do not have to prove intent. No, I know that, Barb. But remember, that was what Comey said about Clinton under the other violations that she supposedly did with the server. He's like, well, yeah, there was classified information and all that, but there was really no intent to harm anybody. It was just that she wasn't too familiar with the rules, that type of thing. Comey's going down. Let's hope so. Comey is a puppet, Brandon. Absolutely, I agree with you. There's so much on being an accountant can find their errors in reporting. Yeah, on the Clinton Foundation. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you haven't read that book by Jerome Corsi, now would be a good time to read Partners in Crime. Excellent, excellent book, all about the Clinton Foundation, who the players are, and you're going to see those names coming out if an investigation is done. Sources state Chelsea is jumping off the Clinton Foundation ship. She needs to, Spencer, because she's going to be just as much in trouble as everybody else, if anybody's in trouble. Now, the DOJ deal also, as you may have recalled from last week, it happened at the very end of last week, so that's why I'm mentioning it again. The deal gives Nunes access to all documents, all witnesses. Susan is Sessions hoping statute of limitations will run out. I have no idea. Please let Comey go down. Can we say enabler? Can we say bought and paid for, perhaps? I don't know. People talking about Oprah's speech. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Brandon. Like, who cares? So Nunes is going to get everything that's unredacted. He's going to get all information. So that's really good. Starting to move forward. Bill signed a contract with Australia for Clinton Foundation HIV/AIDS org, and it didn't exist at the time. Well, Jerry, that's shocking. That's very shocking. Also, per the New York Times, Republican senators raise the possible charges. There should be possible charges against Christopher Steele, author of the Trump dossier. Senator Grassley of Ohio and Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina told the DOJ they had reason to believe that Steele lied to federal authorities about his contacts with reporters regarding information in the dossier, and they urged an investigation. I wonder what questions Mueller will ask when he interviews Trump. You're assuming that he will. Hey, Marnie, good to see you. Oprah who? I know, Wayne. Don't know who that is. Why did Sessions wait till now to investigate something about it? I don't know. Maybe because no one was asking them to investigate, or maybe an investigation was already going on, because it did say that the FBI had been investigating in Little Rock, Arkansas, regarding the Clinton Foundation for months now. There's some things that the DOJ is doing that we're not going to hear about, and the FBI and the DOJ working together on things. An investigation, you're not going to hear about what they're investigating before the investigation happens necessarily. Let's face it, if a lot of these people knew an investigation was going to happen, documents would disappear. Or perhaps, I don't know, bleach bit would be used, things of that nature. Also, in some other news, Senator Jeff Flake, who is going to be leaving pretty soon, thank God, says there's no evidence of sonic attacks in Cuba. U.S. found no evidence that American diplomats in Cuba were the victims of such an attack. So he announced that over the weekend. I guess it doesn't matter whether you give good or bad in public service. As long as you give, you get a pass. That's how they look at the Clintons, Dawn said. Pretty much. No, the Trump tax returns haven't disappeared. Quit spreading fake news. Are you from CNN? Sessions working behind the scenes. Big announcement will come, Barbara said. Monique said, back in the 70s, while my aunt was battling cancer, she smoked marijuana. I was too young to understand the controversial issues behind it, but recall Mom explaining that she did it to minimize the pain. That's right, Monique. What is happening with the EO? Who listens to Flake? Jake Tapper was a crybaby yesterday. He was, Brandon. He really was. Poor Jake. Flake is a flake. Flake is a flake from Snowflake. Okay, Wayne, you do that. What do you think about the offshore drilling that President Trump has planning to allow? What do you think about that? Oil and gas drilling off of nearly all U.S. coasts. Hey, Todd, how are you? We need term limits and ban lobbyists. Well, pretty much, Brandon, Trump has done a lot to ban lobbyists, at least from the people in Congress getting money from the lobbyists. And so that's good news. Jonathan, you just left. So that, what do you think about the oil drilling off the coast? Is everybody for that, against it, not sure? Where are you at? I don't see a problem with that. We need our own resources. Agreed, Susie. You know, a lot of people think it's going to have oil spills and things of that nature. I think the oil drilling is a good idea. Amanda said, not really sure. Morning all. Hey, Todd's just listening. Well, welcome, Todd. Drill with caution. Yes, Fred. We need jobs in North Carolina. Offshore drilling is good for my state. Only concern is tourism. That's my concern. You know, Pat, I know that they're way far out, and Marnie is for it. Good. Drill, baby, drill. Build that wall. Exactly. Oil drilling, I think, better than nuke plants, Jerry said. Yeah, I think, you know, they put them so far out. And if we had that, we wouldn't be so dependent upon the Middle East for oil. Drill oil off of Miami. I'm for drilling as long as they are up and being sued out of existence if there's another oil blowout. Yep. Just heard Judge Napolitano say that Steele was already questioned by the FBI, who didn't find anything wrong, and that foreigners are not typically charged under U.S. laws. Is that true? A lot of foreigners have the diplomat exclusion. You know, if they're diplomats, but I don't know if he's a diplomat. You're for as long as it does not negatively impact the environment. I know, Marnie. And you know there's going to be an oil spill at some point, you know, because if you have that many rigs and they're out there drilling, something's going to happen. You know, I mean, it will. But what are we going to do? Are we just going to be totally dependent upon the Middle East forever? Get our oil from Saudi Arabia, let them do whatever they want with it? You know, I don't think it's a good idea. Monique said, no problem with oil drilling. I've always believed we should use our own resources. So, yes, drill, baby, drill, Monique said. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. The good thing is we have learned from oil spills in the past. That's true, Robin. We know better how to handle that. Ryan Zinke, who's the Secretary of the Interior, said a new oil and gas leasing program would run from 2019 to 2024. It would make more than 90% of the outer continental shelf available for what would be the largest ever number of lease sales to fossil fuel companies. So, again, imagine how many people they would probably have to hire to man those positions out there. That would be even more jobs. But look at how well the oil companies have treated Alaska. I know, Marnie. True. No problem with offshore drilling. Yep. No, I mean, I think really done responsibly, done well, done the, you know, with all the information that we've learned and experienced, then I think that we should be able to do that. Hey, Tom, good morning. Now, talk about, hello from Russia. Hello, Russia. Talk about trying to interfere with the election. Hey, Nikolai, Jerry Brown is a hypocrite. He used state resources to search for oil on his own property. Ugh. God. If I hear any more Jerry Brown news, I think I'm just going to throw up right here on Periscope. Great block. Thank you, Robin. I've been honing those. Small spills are one thing that blow up. Deepwater Horizon was preventable on too many levels to be forgiven. Yeah, Spencer, I agree with you. Hey, Melissa. So, as I was saying, speak about interference with an election. The ACLU, and this is a legal interference. Black belt and troll blocking. Ha, yes. Hey, how are you, Melissa? Jerry Brown is a clown. Yeah. Ugh. The ACLU plans to spend upwards of $25 million promoting ballot initiatives and issues in contested races across the country in 2018. So all the money that's going to ACLU, instead of them defending people on legal issues and civil rights issues, things of that nature, they're going to go out and try to influence the election in 2018. In the past year, the ACLU raised, listen to this, $93 million and quadrupled its membership to 1.6 million. Hey, Mary, how are you? Did you hear those numbers? This is important. In the past year, the ACLU raised $93 million and quadrupled its membership to 1.6 million. That was from Politico. Yes, Robert. I mean, that's That's crazy. They're under. They are another useless operation that never helped the common people. That's true. In the previous year, they only raised $5.5 million. You have to ask yourself, where's all that money coming from? I can't believe that money is just coming from the general public. But California wants to ban all gasoline cars by 2030. I know, Nikolai. That's I forget who introduced that. Some state senator. Yeah. You keep freezing. I'm continually having to. Yeah. It must be your connection, Carmen. Could be. Soros Open Society, I bet. And they target only the poor, Susie said. What if you happened? I don't understand that one. Sounds like another pay for play. Something's going on there. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. And I can't believe, again, that, 1.6 million quadrupled. About as bad as Southern Poverty Law Center, yes. Huge increase. And going up from 5 million to 93 million. Something needs to be investigated there. And doesn't the government pay ACLU some money? The ACLU has always been racist, really? Audit that. Yeah, I would say. You heard they had funds offshore? Could be. Huge jump in funds. Huge. Huge. California is home to classic cars that bill will go over like a lead balloon. I know, Tom. That's getting ridiculous. There's so many things here that are getting more insane every day. No matter what they will do, they will lose. Have you seen what the ACLU is doing? What, Fred? Is there something in particular that they're doing? Or is it more what they're not doing? Some more information coming out. Bonuses. 1 million workers employed by over 100 companies are set to receive a tax bill bonus. Can you imagine that? 1 million people are going to get a bonus. When was the last time that those people got a bonus? Thanks, Carmen. No one wants to regress back to Obama era. The left does, Susie. The left does. Yeah, I know, Jerry. It's amazing. Hey, Sweet Peach. Good for them. I know, Robert. I mean, that's amazing. I'm happy for them. They're actively recruiting anyone any way to get progressive voters in training. Well, and Fred, now they have the money. 93 million. 8 years ago. That's right, Wayne. No, they can't be true. The left said so. I know. We are stronger than the left, Susie said. I think that's terrific. That's a lot of money. Smiling faces for them and their families. Absolutely. Absolutely. Last bonus I got was a coupon for a turkey. Oh, Tom. That's usually what the nonprofits do. They'll give you like a coupon and tell you to hand them out to your clients, and you don't even get the coupon yourself. Okay, so there's a group called Advocates for Victims of Illegal Alien Crimes. These are the people whose family members have been killed or harmed in some way by the illegals in the country, and they have come out and said that the deal that they're hearing bandied about by the president does not begin to live up to the promises he made. Now, I don't know. I haven't heard too many deals being bandied about. I've heard more on the left maybe talking about it, so I don't know how much is true. But before any action is taken, here's what they want. They want an end to sanctuary states, counties, and cities, mandatory use of E-Verify, criminal prosecution of all employers who hire illegal aliens, an operational biometric process to ensure that those who overstay their visas are removed, and a new law criminalizing overstaying the visa, increased border security throughout the southern border by all means necessary. Hello from Woodcarver. How are you, Toothy? An end to chain migration and a diversity immigration lottery, an end to birthright citizenship, a massive increase in the deportation of those whose fault it was in DACA recipients' presence in the United States, increasing the penalty for entering the country illegally to a felony, and a mandatory 10-year sentence for entering once you've already been deported. That's a pretty good list that they have there, and I think a number of people would absolutely agree. Yeah. I think that people are worried about what's going to happen with DACA, and I think we need to make it pretty clear what's going on with that. and that these people, they have, just like us, but even more so, they have a big stake in this because they've got family members who have either been killed or harmed in some way. So I think what they're saying, agree, but it won't happen. I know, Pat. Maybe some of it will, maybe most of it. That would be great. Yeah, well, Reagan didn't always have Alzheimer's, John, so you can be safe. All for everything on that list. I know, Marnie. I know, absolutely. All right, everybody, the hour's up. It went so fast. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. Please retweet this if you will. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for your support. God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. All right, take care. See you tomorrow. God bless everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, YouTube, for stopping by, and everybody on Facebook as well. God bless.